Welcome back. We have this news for you breaking overnight. Canada's Liberal Party has won the country's federal election. Prime Minister Mark Carney beat Conservative opposition leader Pierre Poilievre, capping a remarkable political turnaround in a campaign that was really dominated by President Trump's repeated threats to annex Canada and his sweeping tariffs.
America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now from Detroit. Ed, you heard Prime Minister Carney there really slamming President Trump during that victory speech, saying the president's trying to break and then own Canada. I know you were briefly in Canada during some of the trade tariff conflict and friction. What impact has Mr. Trump had on Canada's election?
Well, good morning, Errol. We are standing in the shadows of one of the busiest U.S.-Canadian border crossings, the Ambassador Bridge. So right over there is Canada. They're the ones that held the election, and it was almost entirely influenced by what's going on here in the United States. It was the president, of course, President Trump, that imposed those tariffs and started this talk, what initially most Canadians thought was a joke, of annexing Canada as the 51st state. But he kept it up, and it completely drove this election season for Canada. The ruling Liberal Party, which had been run by Justin Trudeau, was set to lose by double digits, might have even been rendered into irrelevancy entirely, until Trump started speaking up the way he did. They ended up winning at least 168 of the 172 seats you need to have full control of Parliament, but they've got enough to form a minority government with some smaller parties. And Carney did it by focusing relentlessly on what it was Trump was saying and suggesting Canada would never accede to the president's demands. It's led to a real sea change in Canadian politics, and is going to very likely upend the economic, political, and defense relationship between the two next-door neighbors.
And considering that, Ed, I don't think we've heard from President Trump on this yet. Have we heard any comment from anyone at the White House?
Not yet, but for those of you that haven't, you might as well be refreshing Truth Social or such things, because at some point today he's likely to weigh in. And it very well may come up in his statements here in Michigan later today. He's visiting, of course, to mark 100 days in office, expected to make a few different announcements of the official and political kind, including some tariff relief for American auto manufacturers. But it's likely that Trump and Carney will have to get on the phone in the coming days to start sorting out what, if anything, can be done to either reduce the tariffs or come up with some new trade agreement between the two countries and potentially Mexico as well. Remember, while he's been hammering China and he has hit the EU with some pretty stiff ones, he didn't really tweak the tariffs on Canada or Mexico in recent weeks, because things have sort of been maintained at a low simmer. And essentially because the White House appeared to be waiting for whatever Canada decided to do. And so now we'll likely get a sense in the coming days of how exactly that relationship might tweak.
Yeah. Oh, to be on that first phone call between the two. Viewers should stay close to see what the president says today. Ed, thank you very much.